Hello everyone, and welcome to our story corner. Today, we're journeying deep into the heart of a vibrant, sun-dappled jungle, a place filled with chattering monkeys, colorful birds, and the gentle rustle of leaves. In this magical jungle lived a little lion cub named Leo. Leo wasn't the biggest or the strongest cub, but he had the heart of a true king brave, curious, and always ready for an adventure. One sunny morning, while his family was napping under the shade of a giant baobab tree, Leo noticed something he'd never seen before. Tucked away behind a curtain of thick, green vines was a dark opening in the side of a rocky hill. It was the Whispering Cave, a place the older animals spoke of in hushed tones. They said it was full of twisting tunnels and strange echoes, and that no one who went in ever came out the same. But Leo's curiosity was stronger than his fear. With a little twitch of his nose and a flick of his tail, he decided this was his next big adventure. He padded silently away from his snoozing family, his little paws barely making a sound on the soft earth. As he pushed aside the heavy vines, a cool, mysterious breeze flowed out, carrying the scent of damp earth and untold secrets. The entrance was dark and a little spooky, but Leo took a deep breath, puffed out his chest, and stepped inside. The world outside vanished, replaced by a realm of shadows and echoes. Water dripped from the ceiling, each drop sounding like a tiny bell in the silence. Leo's eyes slowly adjusted to the dim light, and he saw that the cave walls glittered with sparkling crystals. Casting faint, dancing rainbows on the ground, he crept forward, his whiskers brushing against the cool rock. The cave was like a maze, with tunnels branching off in every direction. "Hello," Ika did, his small voice bouncing off the walls, sounding much bigger and braver than he felt. He followed a tunnel that seemed to glow with a faint, silvery light. As he went deeper, he started to hear a new sound. It wasn't an echo or the dripping water. It was a soft, sad whimpering. It sounded like someone was in trouble. Leo's ears perked up, and his heart beat a little faster. Forgetting all about being scared, he followed the sound, his paws moving quickly and quietly. The whimpering grew louder, turning into a sorrowful cry for help. Around a sharp bend, Leo found the source of the noise. In a large cavern, a young elephant was trapped. His leg was caught in a tangle of thick, woody roots that had grown across the cave floor. The little elephant, whose name was Ellie, was pulling and tugging, but the roots were too strong. Tears rolled down his dusty cheeks. "Help!" he cried, his voice trembling. "I'm stuck, and I can't get out." Leo's heart went out to the trapped elephant. "Don't worry," he called out, his voice full of courage. "I'm Leo, and I'll help you." He ran over and started to bite and claw at the tough roots, but they were too thick for his small teeth and claws. He pulled and tugged with all his might, but the roots wouldn't budge. Ellie watched him, his eyes wide with a mix of hope and despair. Leo knew he couldn't do this alone. "I needed help. I'll be right back," Leo promised. "Ellie, I'm going to get my friends. We'll get you out of here. I swear." With a determined look, Leo turned and raced back through the winding tunnels. He burst out of the cave, blinking in the bright sunlight, and ran as fast as his little legs could carry him. He didn't stop until he found his two best friends, Zippy the monkey and Polly the parrot. Zippy was swinging playfully from a branch, and Polly was preening her bright green feathers. "Leo, where have you been?" chattered Zippy. "We've got a problem," Leo panted, quickly explaining about the Whispering Cave and the trapped elephant. Polly's eyes widened. "The Whispering Cave, that place is dangerous," she squawked. Zippy, however, just swung down to the ground. "A friend is in trouble." "Then what are we waiting for? Let's go." Polly, seeing the determination in her friend's eyes, nodded bravely. "You're right. Lead the way, Leo." So, the three friends raced back to the cave. Leo led them through the dark tunnels, his memory of the path surprisingly clear. Soon, they reached the cavern, where Ellie was still struggling. Ellie's face lit up when he saw them. "You came back. We told you we would," said Leo. "Now, let's think. How can we break these roots?" Zippy, with his clever mind, scampered up the cave wall to get a better look. He chattered, scratching his head. "These roots are connected to that big one up there. If we can break that main root, the others might loosen." He pointed to a thick, gnarled root that snaked across the ceiling, but it was too high to reach. "I can fly up there," chipped Polly. "But my beak isn't strong enough to break it." Leo looked around the cavern. His eyes fell on a large, heavy rock perched precariously on a ledge above the main route. An idea sparked in his mind. "Zippy, can you climb up to that ledge and push that rock?" Zippy's eyes followed Leo's gaze. "I can try," he said. He scrambled up the rocky wall, his nimble fingers and toes finding holes where there seemed to be none. He reached the ledge and put his shoulder against the big rock. He pushed and strained, his face scrunched up with effort, but the rock was too heavy. It wobbled, but didn't fall. "I can't do it alone." Ekayatome Polly had an idea. "I'll help," she squawked. She flew up and began pecking furiously at the small pebbles holding the large rock in place. Zippy pushed with all his might while Polly pecked away. Suddenly, with a loud crack, the rock shifted. It teetered on the edge for a moment and then tumbled down, crashing right onto the main root with a tremendous thud. The main root snapped in two. The smaller roots around Ellie's leg instantly went slack. With a final pull, Ellie was able to free his leg. "I'm free," he trumpeted joyfully, his voice echoing through the entire cave. He stumbled forward and gave Leo, Zippy, and Polly a gentle hug with his trunk. Thank you. Ju sabed me." The four friends, tired but triumphant, made their way out of the cave together. As they emerged into the sunshine, the whole jungle seemed to be waiting for them. News of the rescue had spread like wildfire. The animals cheered as Leo, the brave little lion cub, walked out with his friends and the elephant he had saved. Leo's father, the mighty king of the jungle, walked forward and nuzzled him proudly. "You were very brave, my son," he rumbled. "You faced your fear to help a friend. That is the mark of a true hero." From that day on, Leo wasn't just a little cub anymore. He was Leo the Brave, the hero of the jungle. He had learned that true courage isn't about not being afraid. It's about being afraid but doing the right thing anyway. And he also learned that with good friends by your side, there's no challenge you can't overcome. And so, Leo, Ellie, Zippy, and Polly became the best of friends, and their legend of bravery and teamwork was told for generations. Thank you for listening to our story today. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.